Oh yeah, baby. Ho 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 ho. Well, you just stumbled upon the most amazing reviewer on YouTube, the Clark the Shark Show. You might already know that, or maybe you don't. I don't know. But the Clark the Shark Show will change your life forever. Forever. Once you're exposed to a sharky, you're never the same, baby. And Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion. This amazing, amazing, amazing third and final album by the Captain. It doesn't have Rod Evans, but yet it is amazing, this album. And Clark the Shark on the Fab Clark the Shark Talk radio show, baby, from the golden EIB Sharkraphone at 1-800-449-8255, the Wolfman Jack on crack. He's gonna review Captain Beyond, baby. Now, you all know how I love that first Captain Beyond album. Recorded in 1971 and released in 1972 with Deep Purple's lead singer, Rod Evans. And it's so fucking amazing, that album. Lee Dorman, the bass player for Iron Butterfly, and Rhino, one of the latter guitarists for Iron Butterfly. And of course, the world's greatest ever in history, drummer, Bobby Caldwell from Johnny Winter Group. Man, is Bobby Caldwell incredible. This guy is like Keith Moon meets Ian Pace, meets Bobby Elliott from the Ollies, meets John Henry Bonham, meets, like, I don't know, Gene Krupa, Buddy Rich. Man, Bobby Caldwell is the greatest drummer in history. He's unbelievable. And dig this, people. Bobby Caldwell is not on. He is not to be found on the second Captain Beyond album, Sufficiently Breathless, from 1973. Does not have Bobby Caldwell, if you can believe that. It does have Rod Evans. But on this album, Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion, the record label, I think it's Capricorn Records, they discovered that they contacted all the guys in Captain Beyond, and they said, you guys have to come and record a third album for us because you're under contract. And Lee Dorman and Rhino and, Bobby Caldwell are like, what? The band's over years ago, mate. And Capricorn Records is like, sorry, you guys, you're going to get sued. We want to reassemble everybody in Captain Beyond and make a third album. Or maybe they just wanted to do it for fun, to see what Captain Beyond might sound like in, 1977, 76. I think it's probably the latter. The record label's like, we could just do bankruptcy. We don't need Captain Beyond. But they got together the Captain, everybody, except for Rod Evans, who was nowhere to be found. Everybody hates Rod, even Deep Purple. And Rod Evans, of course, would form that fake version of Deep Purple where he got sued later on by Deep Purple's management in 1979 or 80. Really sad. And then they forced Rod Evans to become a doctor. Or I don't know, maybe he already was a doctor. But I know that he works at County UCLA in Los Angeles. I know because he just worked on me knee and did an MRI and an X-ray for me. And I was like, you're the Captain. And he's like, no, I'm Dr. Evans now. I'm not the Captain. And I'm like, sir, forever, you're the Captain. And he laughed and he chuckled and he's like, no more of that for me. No more rock and roll. And I'm like, well, Rhino died. Lee Dorman's gone. Rest in peace. But Bobby Caldwell is still here. And I'm like, Dr. Evans, why don't you jam with Bobby Caldwell? And he just laughed. And he's like, no, I just do MRIs and x-rays now on people's knees. And I'm like, well, you'll always be the captain to me, Rod Evans. And those 3 amazing albums you did with Deep Purple. Forever, Mr. Dr. Evans. Dr. Evans. You're amazing. Deep Purple and Captain Beyond. And he's like, well, those days are gone now. I'm a doctor. And I'm old. And I'm not going to contact Bobby Caldwell. And I'm like, well, very well then. On the Clark the Shark show, I'll just go me very merry way, and I won't talk to Dr. Evans ever again. But let me tell you, people, this album might have been better if they could have found Dr. Evans and put him on lead vocals. But instead, they got this guy named Willie DeFern. And Willie DeFern is fucking really great on this album. We're talking about a great singer, man. He's like Paul Rodgers meets Uriah Heep with a little Deep Purple. He can scream a war cry like Ian Gillan or anybody. Willie DeFern's incredible, you guys. I don't know who this guy is. He's just some nowhere man, like just a nobody, like John would write about. You know, he's nobody. No one even knows today who Willie DeFern even is, but I do. Clark the Shark, let me tell you, 1-800-449-8255, the Wolfman Jack on crack, coming to you from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. It's not a microphone, baby. It ain't no microphone. It's a Sharkraphone at 1-800-449-8255. You're on Little Sharky's Underground Garage. Way better than Little Steven, because he doesn't know about the Captain. Captain Beyond. Only Shocky does. All 3 albums. And I'm telling you guys, this album, as great as that first Captain Beyond album is, this one might even be equal, or it's not better, no way. You can't top the first Captain Beyond album in 1972. The one with the captain flying a crystal forever in the universe. I don't even know where the captain is going. That's Rod Evans. He's going off to be a doctor. But the captain reemerges here on Dawn Explosion, 1977. I think this was recorded in 1976, released in 1977, because the record label, they're going to sue you if you don't reassemble the captain. We want everyone. We want Rod Evans. We want everyone in the original Captain. And they're like, sorry, we can't find Rod. He's a doctor. We don't know where Rod went. He's like a doctor in Los Angeles. You know, I know where Rod is, you guys. He's a doctor at County UCLA in Torrance. And I talked to Rod, and I'm like, I want you to jam with Bobby Caldwell. Just give us one more Captain Beyond album. And he's like, no, I do MRIs and x-rays. I'm no longer the captain. And I'm like, Rod, forever, baby, you will be the captain to me. And he's like, thank you, mate. It means much to me. Forever to be the captain, floating on a crystal in space, in the universe. I don't even know where the captain is going, man, but I love the captain. And he reemerges here. Look at him. That's not even Rod. It's just some captain. But I'll accept him. Captain Beyond. Dawn Explosion. The 3rd and final album from Captain Beyond. This album is fucking amazing, you guys. In some weird, twisted way, this is like my favorite Captain Beyond album. Dawn Explosion. And Do or Die. It doesn't even get a long write-up really at Wikipedia. But Do or Die, one of the greatest songs ever recorded in rock and roll, greets you on the fabulous side 1. I love Do or Die, man. What a song. Bobby Caldwell, Willie DeFern, Rhino. I don't even know if they're from England. I don't think they are, but this album sounds so British. It sounds like it was recorded in London, or maybe like Birmingham, but it's American, man. I mean, Rhino and Lee Dorman, couple of great musicians from Iron Butterfly, man. Iron fucking Butterfly. Come on, you gotta love Do or Die. Amazing song. How did that song fail, man? Do or Die? Do or Effing Die by Captain Beyond. The third album with Willie DeFern, and he just lets loose with this screaming, shrill war cry near the end of the song. It's just amazing. Willie DeFern, whoever this guy is, he's a great singer, and he could have been the lead singer of Uriah Heep. I wish Uriah Heep, if they got rid of John Lawton, if they would have contacted Willie DeFern, he would have been so much better than that guy they got after John Lawton. When they replaced David Byron, man, you guys, why did you replace David Byron? That is so wrong. How could Uriah Heep fire David Byron? That's so stupid. But then how could they fire John Lawton, who replaced Byron? When you fired him, you should have got Willie DeFern, man. Let me tell you, Uriah Heep, you guys missed an opportunity. You blew it when you guys didn't get Willie DeFern from Captain Beyond, because he's amazing lead singer, and he's incredible on Do or Die. And Icarus is like, oh, it's like, it's got little Captain Beyond parts, man, in it. It's killer. Progressive rock. I love Icarus. You gotta hear. Man, I just want all of you to buy this album right now. It's Spotify, Amazon, iTunes. March 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, March 11th, 2023. Within these next coming days, I want all of you to buy The Captain. I'm not talking about Rod Evans' Captain. I'm talking about Captain Beyond. This album, Dawn Explosion, is fucking amazing. It's not as good as Captain Beyond 1. No way! There's no album in the history of rock music as good as the first Captain Beyond album. No way. Nothing. Not The Who, not Led Zeppelin, not Deep Purple, not Van Halen. No one is as good as Captain Beyond, man. That first album's incredible. And Sweet Dreams is like Rush. It builds and builds and builds. You know, I love, man, it's like a Rod Evans song, Sweet Dreams, track number 3, side 1. Side 1 is so amazing of this album. You crank this up, listen to this. Sweet Dreams, man, it might be my favorite song. It's like it's got Rod Evans, but it doesn't. It's Willie DeFern. It just builds and builds. It almost reminds me of something like by Styx. It builds and builds, and it's slow, but it's beautiful. Ah, Sweet Dreams is so beautiful. And Fantasy, oh, you guys all know Captain Beyond Fantasy. Track number 4, side 1, it's amazing, man. It's fucking killer. It's the best song on the album. I don't know, man, either Fantasy or Do or Die. They're both so amazing. Man, it's better than Uriah Heep, man. It's like Deep Purple meets Uriah Heep with Paul Rodgers. I love Fantasy, and side 1's incredible. But Breath of Fire, part 1 and 2, this song is incredible too, man. It's like, you just get that Captain Beyond, like, killer shit, dude, with the prog rock. It's, you got to realize. Willie DeFern sounds so British. He sounds so English. You got to realize. I love Breath of Fire. And If You Please almost sounds like the Beatles. You know, I Feel Fine. It's got this little riff. It's so killer, If You Please. Paul would be like, wait a minute. Wait, bloody wait. If you please. Well, you're ripping off the fucking Beatles. I'm like, no, it doesn't sound like the Beatles, but I hear like this little I Feel Fine, like John. If You Please is so killer, man. Track number 2, side 2, If You Please. And of course, Midnight Memories. Another British sounding song. It's amazing. This whole album, man, it's slow and it's so killer. Some people think, this album loses it with Midnight Memories. It's kind of a long song. It seems long, but it's not. Midnight Memories. But the final song, Oblivion, is like progressive rock, insanity, Captain Beyond, just rocking like instrumental parts that are just unbelievable. Oblivion might be the best song on the album. It really goes back to that first Captain Beyond album of heavy hard rock, like heavy metal, prog rock. This whole album, side 2 is amazing, but side 1 is incredible. On a scale of 1 to 10, Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion. This album, this amazing album by Captain Beyond, is like, man, it's incredible. The Captain. Look at the Captain on his crystal. It's incredible, you guys. You've got to buy this album today. Someday in March 2023, March 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I want all of you to buy Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion. This is one of my favorite albums of all time, you guys. This Willie DeFern guy is an incredible lead singer. He's like John Lawton, David Byron, Paul Rodgers, Ronnie James Dio, David Coverdale, and Ian Gillan with a little Rod Evans. He's fucking incredible singer, Willie DeFern. He just went off into oblivion. You know, oblivion, just like Captain Beyond, like the Captain. His career, we never heard of him again. Willie DeFern, I don't know, he's not from England, he's from America. But he's so fucking incredible, man. Willie DeFern has to be one of the greatest singers. And it's so sad because this guy could have gone on and become a lead singer with anything, anyone, any band. He would have been so great with Uriah Heep. Willie DeFern. And it's so sad to think the guy's just a nobody. He's like me. Clark the Shark at 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. From the golden EIB Sharkraphone. Coming to you, baby. That's right. I'm the Wolfman Jack on crack. Motherfucker. Captain Beyond. It's not from England. It's from America. Maybe there's still some British guys in the band, but it sounds so English, you guys. This album. Rhino's from America. Lee Dorman's from America. Bobby Caldwell, I don't even know. He might be British. But Bobby Caldwell, I don't care where he's from. He's the world's greatest drummer. Bobby Caldwell is Keith Moon meets Ian Pace meets Bobby Elliott from the Hollies meets John Bonham. Bobby Caldwell, I'm going to say it right now, he's the world's greatest drummer in history. He's Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa. He's incredible, man. Bobby Caldwell is the greatest drummer that ever existed in rock and roll, in all music. He's better than Ian Pace. He's better than Ginger Baker. Beware of Mr. Baker. He'd be like angry if you dare say anyone's better. I'm telling you, Bobby Caldwell is better, man, on drums than anybody. He is Clark the Shark Hagen's favorite drummer. Him and Ian Pace and Keith Moon. When Keith Moon is sober, he's amazing. He'll smash a hotel or smash his drums, but he's incredible. And Bobby Elliott from the Ollies, he's amazing. He's great. But they're not as good as Bobby Caldwell, man. Bobby Caldwell from Captain Beyond, the greatest drummer in rock and roll history. Nobody's better than Bobby Caldwell. And nobody is a better lead singer than Willie DeFern. And you know me, I am a Rod Evans fan, you guys. I am a Rod Evans purist. I love all the Deep Purple with Rod Evans. Of course, I love Rod Evans. But Willie DeFern hits the ball out of the park and he autographs the fucking ball. It's a grand slam on Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion, 1977. This is one of the greatest rock and roll albums in history. I don't care if it didn't sell, or I don't know how this didn't sell. Because at the time back in the day, this is better than Styx. This is better than Rush with Geddy Lee. This is better than Uriah Heep. This is better than, I don't think Deep Purple existed at the time. But if they did, this would be better. Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion. One of my favorite albums of all time. On a scale of 1 to 10, this album is a 93, baby. beyond 5 stars, beyond 10 stars. I don't care what people rate this. The only review you will ever need for Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion, you will get right here, right now, from Clark the Shark at 1-800-449-8255 on the Clark the Shark Show. Little Sharky's Underground Garage, baby. And I'm telling you, Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion, you've got to buy this album. I want you to buy the first Captain Beyond album too, of course. And Sufficiently Breathless, there's something to be said for that album. It's not as good as Captain Beyond 1. And, you know, I don't even think Dawn Explosion really is as good as those two first Captain Beyond albums. But, you know, in some weird twisted way, man, it is. And compared to all the other music in 1977, 78, 1976, Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion dominates everybody. This is a hard rock, proggy, prog band, almost right there with like Genesis or Yes or anybody, man. It's better than The Who, better than Zeppelin. Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion, you guys. Come on. This album's incredible, and Clark the Shark from the Little Sharky's Underground Garage, I want you to go buy this album and support all the estates of Rhino. And wherever you are, Willie DeFern, I want you to know, bro, you were the greatest singer on this album, Captain Beyond Dawn Explosion. In rock and roll history, here's another band that belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, if just for this album alone, man. Willie DeFern, let me tell you, straight from the heart of Clark the Shark Higgins, from the Greenhouse Effect, I say to you, my friend, you belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Willie DeFern. And I don't even really know who you are or your story. I know about Rod Evans. I don't know about Willie DeFern. I don't know much about him. But let me tell you, Willie DeFern, you are still an incredible singer. And you will forever be like, you're not the captain. The captain is Rod. He's the captain. You know, maybe Rhino, maybe Lee, or of course Bobby. But you, Willie DeFern, you are an honorary captain. Forever, you'll float on a crystal in space, Willie DeFern, like him, Captain Beyond. Forever, in the universe of rock and roll, traveling on a crystal through the universe. Forever, Willie DeFern, you are an honorary captain. You're not the captain. Only Rod is the captain. Dr. Rod at County UCLA Harbor General Hospital in Torrance. He's the captain forever. And I just want to say, Rod Evans, being a doctor is noble. Even if all you're doing is MRIs and X-rays, you know, you're noble. Now, let me tell you, Rod Evans, you being a doctor is just as important as being the captain, man, because you help people, bro. Thanks for being a doctor, Rod Evans. Dr. Rod Evans, the captain, became a doctor to help people. Deep Purple sued him, man. How could you sue Rod Evans? Hey, Richie Blackmore, all of you guys, Roger Glover, go talk to your management and give all the money back to Rod Evans. Even though it all worked out good, Rod became a doctor. So noble to become a doctor, Rod Evans. Helping people, being a doctor is great. But I'll always know you, Rod, as the captain. Forever riding a crystal through space. Captain Beyond. And you, Willie DeFern, you're like the consort. You know how Camilla is, she's not the queen, she's the queen consort. She's sort of the queen. Well, Willie DeFern, you're sort of the captain. You've taken over now, Willie DeFern, forever. Rod is a doctor. He's no longer really the captain. Wherever you are, Willie DeFern, I, Clark the Shark from the Greenhouse Effect from GE, I coronate you, the captain. Willie DeFern, your lead vocals on this album, Dawn Explosion, are so incredible. To me, Clark the Shark, at 1-800-449-8255, the fabulous Clark the Shark, and the most fabulous talk show reviewing the most fabulous rock and roll albums from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, people. It's a Sharkerphone, baby. And I'm going to tell you right now, Willie DeFern, you are the captain. Even if you're not from England forever, you're the captain, my friend. I coronate you forever. You're the captain, Willie DeFern. And, Rod will always be the captain, but it's like he's the captain consort. Because to me, Dawn Explosion took over from Rod Evans. This album is amazing. It's incredible. I love this album, Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion, 1977. And I want everybody to buy this unbelievably incredible album. It's beyond prog. It's beyond metal. It's beyond rock and roll. It's great music of all time. It's futuristic, man. When I listen to this album, it's like it's way ahead of its time in 1977. This almost sounds like the 1980s. This is fucking killer, you guys. Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion, with the captain on the cover. And that is Willie DeFern. Rod is gone, you guys. He's a doctor. He's no longer the captain. Willie DeFern, you are now coronated, my friend, forever. You're the captain, Willie, and I want you and Bobby Caldwell. Someday in 2023 or 2024, Willie DeFern, Rhino is gone. He's gone, and so is Lee Dorman. But you need to find 2 new people, maybe even Clark the Shark. I'll play guitar with you, Willie DeFern, and Bobby Caldwell, and we will put together the captain, and we will all travel through space forever on a crystal. The captain. Right there he is, Willie DeFern. Dawn Explosion, Captain Beyond, the 3rd and final album. Amazing. The best album by Captain Beyond. I'm just going to say it right now. That's like a blasphemy to say that, because Captain Beyond 1, everyone knows, is the world's greatest rock and roll album ever recorded, ever. But I'm telling you guys, Dawn Explosion, 1977. It's like Deep Purple meets Yes, meets Genesis, meets Paul Rodgers, meets Uriah Heep, meets The Who, meets Led Zeppelin, and meets, like, I don't know, Rod Evans' Deep Purple. It's everything. It's Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion. I fucking love this album, you guys. And Rod Evans, God bless you for being a doctor, man. That is so awesome and noble that you became a doctor, Rod Evans. And God bless you, Willie DeFern. You're the captain, my friend. Forever. I've coronated you. When you get coronated by Clark the Shark at 1-800-449-8255 on the world's greatest talk show, the world's greatest rock and roll reviews, once you're coronated as the captain, that's it, my friend. You, Willie DeFern, are the captain. And you will float on a crystal forever in space. Right there, that's you, Willie DeFern. The captain. You're the new captain, Willie. I want you to get with Bobby Caldwell, if he's still around, if he's still alive, and I will play guitar with you and Bobby Caldwell. You, Willie DeFern, me, Clark the Shark from GE, and Bobby Caldwell, we will be the captain, a 3-piece. And we will play Dawn Explosion and that first album with Rod Evans. And I'm going to get Rod Evans to come to the gig because I know Rod, he's a doctor. And I'll be like, Rod, you got to get away from this hospital and come see the captain. And Rod, if you want to get up on stage and play with me and Willie DeFern and the ghost of Rhino and the ghost of the fabulous, amazing Lee Dorman, man. Lee Dorman from Iron Butterfly. Lee Dorman and Rhino. Fuck, man, those guys died. Incredible, man. Lee Dorman's not even really a prog bassist. And he learned how to play prog. He had to, because Rhino wanted to go so prog on the first Captain Beyond album. And Lee Dorman, he's just a bassist of Iron Butterfly, man. But he becomes like Chris Squire or like, John Entwistle on Captain Beyond. Lee Dorman becomes like one of the greatest bassists on that first Captain Beyond album. And of course, Rhino and Bobby Caldwell and Rod Evans, man. Fuck, Rod Evans is amazing. That first Captain Beyond album is incredible. And Sufficiently Breathless is fucking killer, man. I love it. But I think I love Dawn Explosion with the Captain. Willie DeFern, that's you. You're the captain now, Willie. You, me, and Bobby Caldwell are going to jam. Get in touch with me at CLAHAGIN at AOL.com. Clay Hagen at AOL.com. Willie DeFern, I want to rock with you, bro. You, me, and Bobby Caldwell shall be the captain. And together, we will travel space through the universe with the captain. Willie DeFern, the new captain. There he goes. Dawn Explosion, 1977. You won't find a better album than this incredible, amazing Captain Beyond album, Dawn Explosion. It should get all 5 stars, all 10 stars, baby. This album is one of my favorite albums of all time. I mean, just for Do or Die and Oblivion and everything in between, it's incredible, man. Do or Die is fucking awesome, man. Fantasy is awesome. Fuck, Fantasy is so killer. It's better than Uriah Heep. This album is better than anything by Uriah Heep. I'm not kidding. It is Uriah Heep, but better. This is like early Uriah Heep, like Salisbury, or, very heavy, very humble. Or like The Wizard. It's incredible. It's incredible. Oh. You guys, buy Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion. Seriously. I'm not even joking around. I want 1,000 people to buy this whole album. Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion, 1977. I'm so grateful that the greedy record label was like, hey, maybe we can make money off the Captain. Maybe it was for nefarious reasons that they reassembled Captain Beyond because of some record contract. Whatever, man. God did this. The good Lord above, God meant for there to be one more Captain Beyond album in 1977. One more incredible, amazing Captain Beyond album. And there was one, people, with Bobby Caldwell's drumming. One more time, we got to hear Rhino and Lee Dorman with Bobby Caldwell, locked in with that incredible music of the Captain. And Willie DeFern, God bless him, great lead vocals. Wherever you are, Willie DeFern, man, I want to jam. You and me, Clark the Shark. Even if we can't find Bobby Caldwell, I'll play drums, dude. I'll play drums and we'll find a guitar player, Willie DeFern. And we will reform the Captain. I don't know, we could never be as good as the Captain. Rhino and Lee Dorman and Rod Evans. There's no way, Bobby. You and me might jam. Or you and me, Willie, we might jam. But we will never be as good as this man, the Captain. At 1-800-449-8255. God bless you, Rod Evans. Dr. Evans. I'm sorry, you're Dr. Evans. A noble doctor in a hospital. I love the fact that you're a doctor, man. Keep on helping people. Even if you're bilking Medi-Cal and SSI and SSDI and Medi-Cal and you're making money off Medi-Cal, I don't care, Rod. You still help people. You're still a doctor. Dr. Rod Evans, the Captain. Dr. Evans. And Willie DeFern, you're not the Captain Consort. You are the Captain, dude. You guys are both captains. Because Rhino's gone and Lee Dorman, he's gone. And Bobby Caldwell, I don't even know if he's gone or if he's still here. But I know, Willie DeFern, you're still here and you're the Captain, man. And I hope we jam. Call me, bro, or email me. And we will rock. I want to play with Willie DeFern from Captain Beyond. Great lead singer. I don't care if you're 75 years old. You can still sing. At 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show from the Golden EIB Sharkerphone. And I just gave you the most accurate info, the most spot-on, nailed-it review of Captain Beyond. This prog rock metal, hard rock. It's beyond hard rock. It's beyond metal. It's beyond prog. It's better than all that. It's Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion, 1977. One of my favorite albums ever recorded. And I want you to buy it. Do it for him. Do it for the captain. Do it for Willie DeFern, man. Do it for Rod Evans. Buy this album, everyone. At iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music. Captain Beyond forever on a crystal floating in space. The Captain. 1-800-449-8255, The Clark the Shark Show, and you just got the word, the testimony, the review. The only review you will ever need of Captain Beyond. Dawn Explosion, 1977. Amazing. And I'm out of here, and I love all of you. I love you. Don't think that Clark the Shark hates you. This is Little Sharky from the underground garage. It's better than Little Steven, you guys. His underground garage is cool, but with Sharky, it's like you go back in time. Back where the captain was traveling through space. With Clark the Shark, man, you're traveling with the captain. At 1-800-449-8255. I just want to say one more time, I love you. I love all of you for being at the fabulous Clark the Shark Show from the Golden EIB Sharkraphone. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.